Now, friends, to ensure the models are of high quality, we need to apply a soft and smooth feature on the models. Apart from that, I'm saying hide here. For example, look here at round corner. I will provide it again in the plugins section. You can use the round corner plugin. You go to the toolbars section from the first part. Look here. Where is the round corner or round front, round corner? Look, I'll show you this part. Friends, let this section open immediately. In this section, we will use this plugin. Look, I'm selecting all of them. I've selected everything from here. I pressed round corner. Round corner is asking me from how many centimeters I want to divide these slats. It's asking, let's close these to avoid confusion. Look, let me say Control Z here and show it again. Look, it says I want to divide it from 0.5 centimeters. Here, if you change this 0.5 centimeters to 1 centimeter and press the OK button, look, the break increased there. When you press the OK button, it makes this part like this. As you can see, since the oval and soft nature of this part affects our render quality, we perform such a process, friends. You can use this in all the soft models you use, friends, an important part. For the skirting part, we will use a method like this, friends, since you will rotate on this surface. This surface will have a significance for us for a process. That's why, look, I entered the ground. I double-clicked. I said, copy from edit. I saved it to memory. Friends, now it's in this memory. Look, if I say, edit paste and place now, it will paste it on top. If you don't want that, you just say paste and it will come here. Look, it came on top of this. And I can work on the object that came on top of this and move it here. Or, if you don't want it to mix on top, you can also work on it separately. In both ways, it belongs to you or here. Let me show you, friends. Because why? I need to delete this surface and need the line over there. Because the baseboard I will make will revolve around this, friends. These lines are my reference lines. I have logically taken these lines and moved them outside. Now let's model a baseboard. Here, that is. Let's model the baseboard section. Look, we will use the follow me command here, friends. I came here and drew 10 centimeters upwards. After 10 centimeters, I came here. How many centimeters? Let there be a 2 centimeter protrusion here. I came down again by 2 centimeters. We will make a cable channel section here. Look, I went inwards by 1 centimeter. Again, I created a 1 centimeter section here. I came here, friends. I pressed the shift key on the ground here, caught this part, and connected it. Look, when it turns around, a skirting will form, but it needs to be a bit softer, because we said that having corners this edged affects our model. That's why I took the arc command. I came from this part to here, double-clicked. Look, I made this part soft, friends. And I also made this part soft like this, as you can see. I made it soft by cutting from here to here. By making this part soft from here, I created a section here. If you want to add a bit more detail here, you can cut a part like this and cut this part as well. Friends, look, this way. There can be a cable detail there again. I cut this part by double-clicking here and here, as you can see. I can do the same process here as well. Sometimes it might not cut because the arc's thing there might not be sufficient. The angle might not be enough. Look, as it is here. Then you give the angle a bit higher. Like this, I double-click this way and managed it like this, as you can see. The command I will be doing now is the follow me command. Before executing the follow me command, these need to be selected carefully. I selected all of them. Friends, the follow me command. Look, is this command here? I selected it. And when I marked this area, as you can see, it completely revolved around it. As you can see, like this, friends. So what am I going to do now? Select all of them and group them. Then take this corner to the point, friends. Make this corner point a reference. Take this point and add it to this part. As you can see, what happened? Look, it came around from here. It came from here and revolved around it. Look, like this. Of course, we can also cut this at the places where the door comes. They are not a problem. It comes from here and continues by turning. I had left these parts as cable channels, friends. Or different processes can be done. Look, as you can see, we manage this process cleanly by turning from here.